And that's how a rocket stove should burn. This is going to be one of the best DIY stoves I ever made. With this, you can boil water, you can cook a complete meal. Just imagine, it's August now. It's been so hot, we've been having temperatures 100 degrees and higher. So I wonder if you can cook an entire meal on this rocket stove outside without heating up your kitchen. Woohoo! Let me go ahead and show you how quick and easy it is to make. Okay, here we go. What we're going to need for this is just these supplies right here, 3 cans. This one here is a paint can. Okay. I actually got this one from Sherwin-Williams. They're only about $5 or $6. It does have a coating. Okay, if you're ever using this for something you're going to be eating from directly, you want to get it without a coating, but they're a lot more expensive. Okay, but this won't be touching the food. There'll actually be an insulation between this and the heat. So I got this can here. This is a clam juice can, and even some sauces are this size. And this is just a can of corn, peas, and I cut the bottom off of it. So this is going to go inside here, and this is going to go right through both of them. So the first step is to make a hole right around here to fit this. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to take this, and I'm going to draw right about here. I'm going to probably go about a ½ inch to the bottom. Now it's always hard to make a perfect circle when you have a rounded edge. So I need to cut that, and once I cut that, I'm going to figure out how far the other one's going to go inside. The sparks are going at you, close your eyes. Let's see how close we got it. See that? That's not going nowhere. Now it's going to have to go inside on the inner can too. Okay, so what I want to do is take the paper off this one first. You know, it'll be the same height as this one. What I'm going to do is make something right here. This one's going to cut a lot easier because it's a lot thinner. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this one and be right back. So as in any experiment, we want to show you the bloopers, mistakes, as well as the successes. So what I did was, let me show you. I cut the hole in this one here, but I cut it what seemed like the right height a little bit below this one, but when you put it in with some sand, it actually came above it. Okay, so it's hard to put anything in there. So what I should have done, first of all, is made this hole a lot taller, maybe about 1 inch taller or so. A way to salvage that is, I luckily have another can, and this time, instead of making another circle, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the bottom of this off, and we're going to cut, you're going to get a kick out of this. Okay, so the width is, let's see, put that right here. So that's about the width right there. So we're going to cut basically just a line going up like this here to the height of the can. So I'm just going to cut 2 ridges up there, and I need to cut the bottom of this can off. So let me go ahead and do that, and I'll show you how it came out. As you can see, I cut the bottom off, and I cut this part off, and I want it to bend right over here. You got to be very careful because we're dealing with metal. Let's see, I'm not able to get it to bend there. And what I'm going to try to do is put it on here. So hopefully that'll fit on there and hold the can on. There we go. Yeah. Just has to be moved around a little bit to get the rounding back. And that will fit kind of like that there. Well, let's see how that comes out. I was having difficulty with it, and it's very sharp, so I put my gloves on and I muscled it, and look at that, how it came out. That on top, that's going to stop fire from coming out, and inside, see how pretty that is? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put crushed rock in between the two of these. If I go like this. Going pretty good. Aha. Wow, that thing's in there really good now. I might want to get a few more rocks in there, but it's pretty much done. There you go, my DIY rocket stove, but wait till you see how it works. And like I said earlier, I've got a couple surprises to use with this thing that are going to be awesome. Now you're going to see chef ready. Ho ho ho. So we're going to take some butter and just butter up the pan. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. All right. And we're going to cook premature chicken. That's right, eggs. Let's see. There's one. Whoa. How long will it take? Can you cook as fast as you do with a stove? Pretty much just about anything you could do with a stove, you can do with this. In fact, hang on to the end and I'm going to show you how you can even barbecue with this. So if you want to make your eggs now and make a hamburger after, you can do that with the exact same stove. Look at this. Now all you need to do is just keep on feeding it. And woohoo! Get the fire hotter. Don't leave your fingers in there, and there it goes. Now you want scrambled or sunny side up? Scrambled. Take a look at that, huh? What's it been, a couple minutes and it's already going really well? Let's scramble them. How's that? Woohoo, look at that. And look at the fire. Actually, the fire is going a little bit low, so you can feed it from the top too if you want. Look at that. So this thing is such a great thing. You could take it camping. You can use it if you're out in your RV, and it stores very easily. All you got to do is take a little bit of wood. Now, it just rained a little while ago, so all my wood is wet, and in spite of that, it's doing pretty good. Matter of fact, if you want the wood to catch, all you have to do is blow in this end. See how angry that made the fire? And with the same stove, we already boiled the water, so we're all set for anything that we want to. Woohoo, look at that, huh?
Smoked eggs.
So you could cook bacon or whatever you like with it. And if you want to cook something bigger, again, this will hold it. Very strong, so you get something just as big as what you'd put on your regular stove. Now, a couple other things that I did, or corrections from what you saw when I was building it, is I actually put sand on top of the rocks because I wanted to bring it up higher and I didn't have enough rocks to fill it up with. Also, this piece of metal that I ended up bowing on it, I put 2 pop rivets to hold it down. Let's see, oh, see, this is catching fire here. You want to push it in further. You see smoke come out, don't worry. It just needs to go into the fire more. So I put a couple pop rivets in there to hold that down so you don't get cut or anything. Also, it's going to make it so this will not move out, okay? We don't want it to fall. So it's a very solid unit. Now, the surprise you've been waiting for. How can you barbecue with this? Well, you could either take this top off or not, but for ventilation, leave it there. and get yourself a little round barbecue grill, and watch this how it fits right on top. And you can put burgers, you can put hot dogs, you can put your buns, so it makes a great barbecue thing at the same time. Now I should have gloves to work with this, but I didn't. If you'd like to find out where to get one of these, or even more importantly, where to get one of these, I have links to them in the description below. Now I know a lot of people don't want to see stoves in the middle of the summer, but the beauty of it is it's so hot inside, I don't want to get up and cook breakfast in the morning. So I can come out here and just throw some wood in, light it up. You can even put a little fire starter in the bottom, and within as long as it would take for your stove to heat up, this thing has roaring flames. And again, just blow in there and you get it going a lot faster, and it'll go as long as you need to just by putting more wood inside. And the thing is, the wood is cheap. I'm just using pieces of 2x4 that I had in my garage, but you can use twigs or pretty much any wood you have lying around. It's a really neat unit. And when it's all done, okay, right now it's still going, but when it's all done, if you want to put out the flame and travel around with it, okay, I made this so you can cover this piece up here. Covers it up this way, this covers it up that way, and that will put out the fire. And then you just take this and walk around with it. Okay, it's still cool. Now, the outside of this is still warm because the fire was so hot. Ooh, we don't want to kill the fire right yet, so let's leave that going. Now, how hot does this thing actually get? Well, let me get here so you can see. And we're going to go ahead and point at the metal grates. So 343 centigrade and 649 Fahrenheit. So it gets pretty hot and it just keeps on going. So I always stress safety. When I built this earlier, a couple things I didn't tell you, okay? Wear gloves. I actually poked my finger and started bleeding, but wear gloves. I did put them on when I turned off the camera to finish muscling that thing in. They're jagged edges. Be careful. And also, if you're using a Dremel tool, okay, have eye protection, or make sure you're aiming that the opposite way, because accidents can always happen. Like I used to always tell my kids, don't do what I do what I say, and you'll be safer. So with that, I hope you enjoyed it. Share it with your friends. Let me know how it works for you. And I'd really like to know, especially for those of you that are having the heat waves or have had them recently, don't you see how this would be great to have outside in the heat wave, so you can go outside and cook, but do it in the shade. So with that, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye. I should have made some bacon. Want to see more on what goes on behind Why Am I Green? Come join us on Patreon for the behind-the-scenes projects, extra updates, and our monthly Green Room Live. Membership starts at just $5. The link's in the description. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.